Yeah, if you have a marker, we can use them.
There we go.
Do you want to mark the ones that are affected, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you kind of conjure the symbol in their midst. The other halfling, not that one. Yeah. You conjure the symbol in their midst, and the three in the front are so focused towards you that they kind of their eyes past it, and they fix their gaze on you as the crossbow bolts shot up. The other three in the back, though, are completely hypnotized to it and stand there drooling.
You guys know what to do.
Gail, you're up.
And I turn my gaze towards that other halfling and I say, "You should have known by now. You really take the cake here, bud." And I turn my crossbow towards him, or not crossbow, sorry, my longbow. And I'm gonna take my 3 shots.
Did you say you should have known now?
Yes, yes, I did.
There is a difference between gnomes and halflings.
I know, and it's like
I hope he's offended.
I hope he takes it personally.
Um.
You should have known by now.
Okay, so my first one.
That's what I thought you said, so I really wanted to drive that
19.
home.
That's a hit.
Boom. Oh. Whatever it is, it's dead.
Oh man, that's
Maximum.
30 damage.
So as you come up the steps, you lower your longbow, fire the arrow straight forward, and it strikes this small halfling right between the eyes and goes right through her head and out the other side, sending brain matter splattering all across the floor.
I'm just like so pissed that this halfling came back again. Hopefully you learned his lesson.
To
All
be
right,
fair,
second
they
shot, I
had their
turn
chance
it
to
towards
leave.
the gentleman right in the middle. Okay, and that's a 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
20 damage.
So that strikes him soundly just above the collarbone, and he cries out. He's bloodied but still alive.
And I take another shot at him.
Oh, yeah.
14 to hit.
It narrowly deflects off of his armor.
Yeah. Okay, and then I go back towards the queen. So I'm like, Pluto, you're up.
Pluto.
I let out a Caspian war cry. I'm gonna murder you! And I run into the room, and as I run into the room, I do like a quick examination, and I like run out of my spear.
Okay.
So you're electrical.
Spear. He has 2 Stop. You catch him in the neck with the spear, thrusting it straight forward, and it severs off half of his neck, and he slumps to the ground, very dead.
And then I just spin, and I look at the other guy, and I point at him again with my shield arm, and I just stab him.
Okay, go for it. A narrow miss as he slides out of the way of the hit.
But I'm going to use my bonus action to slam him onto the ground.
Go for it.
Slam his face.
17.
He's knocked to the... Are you knocking him back or knocking him down?
Down.
Okay, you knock him down.
Yeah. Don't
And I stand over him.
He scrambles to his feet, spending his cunning action to try to disengage. Oh man, and he stands up, tries to lunge towards the door where Sebastian is, screaming wildly.
So I get to swing.
Because you have Sentinel, right.
And I get a 25 to hit.
Okay.
And take 11.
Hit him in the hamstrings, and he stumbles forward as he tries to run, and he just looks up right in front of Sebastian with a look of utter horror, like this was the worst mistake he's ever made. Probably the last mistake he's ever made. Sebastian, what do you do?
Oh, I'll just point a finger gun at him and be like, My name's Sebastian Crow, and I'm about to set you on fire. And then I fire a firebolt at him.
Cool.
Do I have disadvantage because he's not prone anymore?
He's not prone, right? But you can just roll the shot, regular.
12.
You miss?
Sebastian, come on.
He's tripping, so like
Yeah. So he trips forward, and the bolt sails right through where his head would have been as he kind of flounders forward and then flounders back to his feet.
I feel like I look up and Pluto looks at me, and I'm just like, warning shot. And I just shake my head.
And Van,
Shot.
I 13.
it sails past him as well.
And I
So
think-
he's just dodged like 3 shots.
I take my second shot. Nope. And I'm like, warning shots as well.
He's lunging forward, and he just goes "Ah," as he pushes him away from the firebolt, pushes himself past the. He dodges both the shots and is scrambling to his feet to try to get away from Paluto, who it's Paluto's turn.
See, I think that's it, though. You hadn't shot his fireball and he wasn't moving away from it. Maybe he would have caught my shots, so we'd just both.
I still 20
Yeah.
for another 11 damage.
You slice down his back, severing his spine, and he drops to the floor dead.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna turn to the other little halfling, and I'm just gonna walk up to him and wait for my comrades. We're gonna do the old
We can do one at a
we're gonna do
time.
the Knoll thing again, but this time we're gonna be much more prepared.
Are we?
Are we? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's,
Vale, you're coming?
Remember, no point blank.
I gotta stay by the entrance, because I got a range shot anyways.
Oh, true.
And, because I still want to keep an eye out for the queen. Right?
Okay.
She's out there alone.
I'm going to use the help action, and I wanna position it. So I want to just give Veo a target.
Okay.
So I want to hold the halfling like gently, keeping it in hypnotic pattern, but just stand there and just like hold his shoulders, like Veo, right? I'm like
You was
doing
a
like
nice
the
guy.
like I'm squaring it up for you.
Yeah, take a shot with advantage.
I got, 24.
Okay.
Get your.
19 damage.
There's
That-
no way he's gonna survive this.
No, he doesn't. Execution style.
One
Take it.
down.
And are you guys going to repeat this for the other two?
Do you want to get a shot in?
Do they
Yeah,
do they
sure.
lose their hypnotic pattern at all?
No, because as long as Sebastian concentrates on it. So at this stage, you want to execute all the remainder of them? Is that what you want to do?
Maybe
Let's keep the dwarf.
Yep.
Do we? Can we at least shoot him in the knees?
Yeah. you poke your head in. You're like, can we shoot him in the knees? Yeah,
Yes.
by all means.
I don't want him running away.
Okay. You guys have, yeah.
crippled the dwarf.
So we shoot him in both of his knees and
tie him up.
Actually, first we tie him to this pillar,
I literally
Okay.
and
go
then
up
we shoot him in.
and grab one of their crossbows, and I take both of them at the same time, so that way I'm not having to do it twice. I'm just like, right in the knees. And I
that
go back to
should
the
snap
queen.
him out
That
of-
snaps him out of the hypnotic pattern, and he looks down in horror at what has happened to his knees.
And I go back to the queen. I'm like, you guys interrogate.
Good evening. Is it evening? Afternoon?
It's after.
I don't really know what time it is. It's really dark here. How are you today?
Twice.
He says, I've had better days.
Look, you're a thief and you're a lowlife and you're scum, and the only reason you're still alive is because Veo there is looking after the queen and she's not shooting you more.
Poke my head out. Hi.
So you have one chance to talk and tell us why are you here.
Queen's orders, Mom. Sent here to try to bring you in or kill you.
But who's the queen?
None other The Queen of Thieves herself. She sent us, told us to bring you in to stand trial in our court for crimes against the gang.
Yeah, but what's her name?
She's just the Queen of Thieves.
How did she know we were here?
Little bird told her. She knows lots.
You mentioned there were holes in the hooded lanterns. Can you give us some names?
Hole is.
You hear me from the back. Smack him in the face.
Couldn't tell you exactly who. They keep that pretty tight-lipped. All I know is that one of their boys has a thing for one of our ladies.
I think I know who that is. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Jeremy.
Why should we keep you alive? Found out last time we were at the Hooded Lanterns. I don't know if I'm saying.
I'm saying, who is it?
The really annoying guy. There was some talk about him. Some girl dumped him from or something, and he was
Terrible.
Yeah. So I'm putting this together here. Why should we keep you alive?
Listen, I told you what you wanted to know. You wrecked my legs, but if you wanted to try to talk the Queen out of it, I could show you where she hides out.
You could point to it on this map.
Pull out the map.
Yeah, but I won't tell you the password till you take me there.
I'm not dragging him all the way there. I'm not dragging him all the way there.
All right. Yeah, I guess
Do we hurt him? Pluto, what do you think?
when he's all used up, we give him a prisoner's death. And right now, it looks like you're all used up.
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah.
11.
He says, listen. I'm a dwarf, my word. Don't off me. I'll let you. I'll get you in there. But they ain't just gonna trust anybody. They know that you don't. They know who you are. Everybody in the gangs knows to watch out for you. They'll see you coming a mile away.
Have you ever been on fire before? Because I don't feel a lot of trust here. I have a tendency to set people on fire that I don't trust.
And right now, he's not trusting you.
Right now, I'm not. Are we doing bad cop, bad cop? It seems like it's bad.
Group huddle? Group huddle.
I'm like, just shoot him. He tried to take us into somewhere we were supposed to gauge trial.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk to my muscle over here.
Yeah, she's outside.
Just one moment, Sir Dwarf.
We're gonna do group huddle by the door.
Tie him up around the thing.
He's tied up.
Yeah, he's tied up and he's crippled horribly.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't get away.
I think I think it's a trap. That being said, I would love to know how they got this far into Drakenheim with the haze. Like, how are they surviving?
I mean, it's probably a trap, but is it a trap that we can leverage? Also, we have a lot going on right now. We have the Queen, we have to alert the Hooded Lanterns.
Yeah.
The other question is, do we have time to deal with this? Or should we just...
So you keep killing him.
You're intense.
Yeah.
Because
Drakenheim makes you intense.
So some of the options we have are we could let him go, we could have him as a prisoner and take us to where he says the Queen's hideout is, or the Queen's place, and he says he'll let us know the password, right? Or we murder him. Or is there any other? Am I missing something?
If we do keep him as a prisoner who's going to lead us to the Queen's men, I still don't trust him, so... We've shot him in the legs. Should we take his hands?
We could also disarm him and
Literally?
Or we could cut out his tongue so he can't talk. We could
Well,
write.
then he needs to give us a password. This is getting. I mean, I'm not much of a torturer. I kind of just
Yeah.
kill people who need to be
Yeah,
killed.
I
Yeah,
mean,
me too.
I'll give him a prisoner's death, which is
Yeah, that's fair.
execution.
Yeah.
That being said,
We
of
can
the
always
three
find another
options,
thief with a password. Thieves are a dime a dozen, as we see.
or maybe we send him back with a message because they already know we're here.
But he also knows we have the queen.
Does he?
He will.
Yeah, he would, unless we hide it.
said the queen. I don't want the queen knowing the queen's alive.
Oh man,
Honestly, like I
like
feel.
it's too bad you have to die. Like we tried to save you, but
Yeah, we don't really have time for you right now.
yeah, you came at a bad time. I have
Are
a
we,
lot
like,
of
walking
luggage.
back in?
yeah.
Like, do
Oh
they?
man, I hate to break it to you, but we did the huddle and
He screams and begs, says you off him.
yeah, but like a proper,
Yeah.
like no, yeah, no
No, if they
pain.
didn't want to die, they just could stop coming after us. Obviously, we're killing enough of them that.
We gave them the option to leave. They didn't.
Just-
And I mean, he did give us some information. We now know.
Darwinism at its finest. You know, they don't know when to leave.
Searching.
We know that there's a mole in the Hooded Lanterns,
Yes.
and we have a very good idea who that might be.
Yeah, you have an idea. Yeah, you know who.
So we might need to have a private conversation with what's his name.
Searching the bodies, are we able to find any other sort of tokens or
Oh, please tell me he has the
like
password.
a map? Yeah. Did he leave his Wi-Fi password written down?
They have very little else on them. All of them have a few gold pieces, but the only thing on them, though, are each of them is carrying a set of keys.
We should be the key master.
Do the keys all look similar?
Each of them has on their person one of them, the dwarf has 3 keys on a ring, and then across the other group of them is another set of identical keys, but they've been split off across the group.
I take one set of the keys.
Describe all the sets of keys.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well, who wants to
and
carry
then
the other set?
I can carry the other set.
Okay.
I'm thinking that maybe we should take their masks as well. That go across our face. Have one each, just in case.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I did collect armbands before, but I can update them if need be.
Yeah.
Grab the most recent armbands because this could be our disguise in.
Yeah.
They said that we could be
They might know us, but we can change our appearance. And he didn't tell us where the Queensmen are, but honestly, we have so much on our hands right now. I mean, really, killing him was more just because we either let him go or tried to add another thing to our plate when we have the Queen sitting right outside. And I think right now we need to take care of the Queen before we start worrying about these Queensmen.
yeah, we have enough
You know, I'm
hostages
worried
right now.
that as much as I trust certain lanterns to do the best, but I'm wondering, is he the only spy?
I think that we should send a pigeon to Petra specifically.
Okay. But then is she only talking to her father?
Yeah, can I ask who do we trust among the lanterns? How do we know that the mole is not Petra or her brother?
Or do we send it right to the commander?
Yeah,
Or do we keep
that's
this
what I
kind of to ourselves?
We can seal it with a sealed dragon eye.
Maybe the message that we need to send to the commander is we have uncovered a mole within the Hooded Lanterns. I feel like I still trust Petra,
I trust Petra.
so I think that we should send word to the commander, tell him a mole has been found in the Hooded Lanterns. We trust Petra, and then explain we have the Queen. We need.
I would need to get back the letter and talk to
I
Sam.
have a question.
So what's your next move?
We need to get her upstairs.
You bring the queen up and set her up here in the tower,
Yeah.
and then what is your next step after that?
We want to our goal was to let the Hooded Lanterns know of the situation, although now that's become trickier.
Yeah.
We also
what are we gonna do? We're just gonna leave the queen
Well,
in your tower?
could always bring her with us.
Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. I'm gonna be carrying the freaking queen, Dragonheim around my back. I wanted to leave her at the bar.
It would just be slow. That's the only thing.
I still think that the Hooded Lanterns,
Oh, that's right. At least
well,
watch her until.
they know about this place. We've given them permission to use this place. Without giving too much information, we need to let the commander know that we need support
Squad,
immediately.
yeah.
But we need to hint at the fact not to include Petra's brother in this.
Is that who it is?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
my,
also,
that's my guess.
Right now, I guess
Based on
we
information.
can safely say that because the Queen's men know that we're here, and she's really mad at us for killing all her henchmen and stuff, it's not safe to leave the Queen here. I hate that. I hate that. We could have... And her handmaidens are all melted and...
Yeah. But what are we trying to do for the queen? Are we just trying to get her into the hands to be protected, or are we
Do we
trying to
trust the
save
Hooded
her?
Lanterns?
I'm now not trusting them. I trust certain people. I don't trust how far the reaching is of, especially if it's a higher up in the command that has the power to relay that information to the queen. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like that.
What about Oscar?
I'd rather get her looked at.
Why would we trust Oscar?
Hey,
That's
I didn't
my
say I was
question.
gonna leave her with Oscar.
No, but what if we took her to Oscar with the lilies? Maybe Oscar could look. I don't know if I trust Oscar either, but we can't leave her here anymore because
Well, I mean, like, either way, I could use a rest, and I say that we go to the top of the clock tower and, like,
Okay, send a
bandage our
message.
wounds. I still think that we send a message. The question is, do we trust the commander of the Hooded Lanterns? Is that who we want to send a message to, or is there somebody else that you guys think we should send a
Petra or
message
the commander, either.
what about River? Because River obviously liked the Queen, and then she had, and your mother had a connection with River. You guys
I don't
kind of
know
go.
if my mother had a connection with River.
Oh no, she was just the clock tower.
Let's
Yeah.
discuss this on the way up.
River
Let's
started,
just
yeah.
start to get the queen up there. And,
Sure.
So I grapple hookshot up to the second level, and I let down. Did we do a rope ladder or just a rope?
I think just tie off the rope every time.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go up there
I
and
feel like
tie
I
the
left
rope
the
up.
rope and like.
It's
pulled it
it's
up.
easy enough to help the queen get up into the clock tower.
Okay.
It takes a bit of work to kind of, you have to really secure her to kind of like a swing loop on, like make a loop on the bottom of the rope and have someone else pull it up.
Yep.
But once you do that, you can get her up. She requires a lot of help getting up the ladders and everything because she is blind now.
Mhm.
But you're able to bring her up. The other probably part of that of getting her all the way up there is that she's still wearing this dress.
Yeah. Do I have any?
Friggin' luggage
When
too.
we do get up, do I have any spare clothes?
Yeah, you can dress her, and her reflex of having someone else dress her is on point. And so even though she doesn't know what you're putting on her, she's like, I hope you're putting something nice on me.
As nice as I have.
Yeah. She's okay with that, and
So they dry.
for a moment, she becomes lucid for like a very brief moment as you dress her, and she says, "Oh, Veo, I always thought you were such a pretty pussycat. I always would have loved to have had you as one of my maids. You were a bit of a brat, though, your father used to say. He had to apologize for you." You can see, like, she can't see, but it's almost like she doesn't have the focus that if she could, she wouldn't anyways. She's kind of lost a lot of her own identity and whatever's happened here. And as she reminisces, she asks, "Where did he go?
My father?
Where did Master Johann go?"
Those are the answers I'd like to find out myself, my lady.
"Did he find my children?"
I'm sure he did, but if he did, he hasn't returned with them.
"He promised me that he'd find them. He said that he would. He said I'd be safe there. He said he'd go and find them.
A lot has happened in these years, my lady, that has caused a lot of our plans to change. But I'm sure that if he did find them, he wouldn't bring them back because it's very dangerous in the city. This is the only safe spot left.
So many things have happened. And she just sighs out on that word and is silent at that point.
Although, when she said I was a pretty cat, I was like, yeah, I am a pretty cat. I'm really excited that she complimented me, but at the same time, I'm like, I am not surprised that my father had to apologize for me all the time. I was a little shit. Alright.
Bad influence, sorry. Wait, who was the bad
I was gonna
influence?
say, wasn't I the bad influence on you?
Little help, guys. And I'm trying to lug.
You're
trying to
still
carry up
behind
the
the luggage. We're like, she's talking, I'm standing back, kind of like watching this whole thing, being like, this is cool. And then I look behind me, and you're just like climbing up the last row, carrying the luggage.
And then like I'm definitely struggling.
I do put her up in my bed as well, just to make sure she can like lay down, and I go to find my pigeons. Where are you guys?
Cool. Well, and is that where you want to pass the night? And take a long rest? Okay.
I do want to send out the message before we
Sure.
sleep, of course, with I think some watches, just to make sure the queen doesn't stab us and go crazy.
Yeah, we can keep watch.
Yeah.
Do we want to send one of your pigeons out to spy on the paladin army as well?
Yeah, I do. So I'm going to send. Where are my pigeons?
I think you've sent them out already to spy on the army, but you wanted to send them out again to watch over? Okay.
I want to take another loop and just tell them like to come back. Hopefully by the morning before we head out. If not, to keep watch until I come back to the tower.
Actually, can you see it from here? You
Again?
can. It doesn't look like the paladins
Is this
have
a parking
mobilized from their
slot?
camp yet.
So they're still.
Yeah.
Still there.
Okay, then I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we don't have to then. We don't need to.
Well, I'll still send
I
them out
wonder
just
how
in
much
case, because they
it's
can
gonna
always
cost here.
do swoops and come back and swoop and come
400
back.
a
So kind of
day
generally
or
keep an eye
something?
out.
500.
But I'm going to send Pesto to check out the army of the paladins, and then I send Bobby, he's my most trusted, to the commander. I'm going to send him to the commander. So I write a message, general details about what we found, not telling him about the queen, but we found something of importance to
Well then, I'm
the
turning off the
monarchy
stream.
of Drakenheim.
Do you also let him know that like there's a possible mole and that be very careful and who you can
So, see you
trust
later
specifically
when
to
I'm